Hello, good evening, welcome back to more franchise build. So I just knocked something in my coffee, which was not a PlayStation wire actually, the charging wire. I think it's alright, I didn't get an electric shock, so that's a sort of test of whether it was safe or not. Anyway, yeah, I've done a lot of work since I last streamed this zoo. A lot of work on it, so we'll have a quick walk round and then I'll try and make it as entertaining as I can. Information booths as you walk in. Got the staff facilities over here. Some of them. The other side, oh, peek behind the curtain there. The other side, I haven't done these staff facilities. I will dress them up and make them look decent and make them fit in. Hang on, that one's a bit lower than the others. Oh, yeah. They've got a grass carpet in here. Look at that, AstroTurf. No, that needs adjusting, doesn't it? I must have just plonked them down really quickly and not even noticed. And this one's low as well. Look, this one's okay. Yeah. It's only when you walk around you realise your errors. I have had let's not start on a sad note, but there's only one sand cat left. Yeah, unfortunately, one has gone due to old age. So I was working on this, I think, these little, like, covered benches, but there's not much done. And this side is the Australian side. I'm working on this bit, just doing this little bit of work. But it's kind of nice. I need to do something with these ATMs. Or got the toilets. I think this was all in here. I don't think it was as decorated as this, but we'll get to habitats. But yeah, just a memento. I kind of like this shop. Let's wander in. Normally this is rammed in here. Oh, there's no one in here. That's why. No one to serve. Well, that's all right. We get the whole shop to ourselves, and so I've got to do a lot of work over there. But yeah. Did a nice little shop build. But this is the Australian side, and I haven't done much of it. And then you've got this. I'm going to put in a sort of backstage area kind of thing on the side here. There is a path here for access to the quokka emu habitat. We'll pop in and have a look. We're back. So yeah, look, you've got the quokkas and the emus and their little habitat here. That's what it feels like to be a zoo exhibit. Look, looking at all the people looking at us. You're getting rained on. And they've got a nice shelter. So yeah, I made this look a bit more. So this looks like a restaurant, but it's not. It's just a cheap beef stall with a bit in here. A few seats. Some people do use the places to sit. I hope this rain lets up soon. Then we got the cassowary, which is, I know, similar to an emu, but we can't really see them that well from here. But yeah, I built that habitat. We'll wander up and go in, shall we? I just realised I've built some places and not put donation bins near them. We'll get to that. I just realised. Oh, a light. That is a light. Yeah, I must delete that. But I'll probably go around and have a look. So this is the backstage area. Why is that not lit up then? Okay. I would have thought that has electricity. But yeah, we're having a look around. Rain's letting off. Yeah, good. This is the cassowary area. Now, I thought, with this water, I thought that'd be enough of a barrier for them. No, they can jump over it and they climb right up to the fence, which is good in a way. It's good. It's good for the guests because they get to see them up close, but I remember when I was in Australia, I saw a cassowary up close, like through a wire mesh fence, and yeah, they are big and formidable looking birds. You know that they can cause some harm with their legs. But yeah, that's the Australian side. I haven't done much of it because I really want to do some work on it. We're only at 27% complexity meter, which amazes me, the amount of stuff I've got in here. And you know, it's not like I haven't skimped on the designs and everything, but the buildings aren't overly complicated either. But that's, you know, we've got Sunrise Stream Zoo, the little plaque, and then over here we have a couple of tributes. So this is the like tribute pond area. So a whole new habitat on the right hand side. We'll have a look at that. We'll walk round it. So can you guess what's in here? Even though it's been like there's literally pictures of what's in here. You know, can you guess what's in here? So capybara and tapirs. So this was the. Yeah, can we see them? Yeah, there we go. Got some albinos, got some tapirs. You just walked through that baby, that was a bit weird. And this up here is a little dead end area, but I'm probably going to extend this out and build another habitat in this field area out here, a couple of habitats. I don't know what, because I'm sort of running out of, and yeah, there's a little bit of scenery there. We'll go back and round and stick to paths, because even though you can go off paths, let you go, woo, a few benches. But yeah, this is about as far as guests come. They only come up to this area, or they walk around the other side to look at them. But I've really enjoyed sort of putting the nature in and the design and everything of this area. So we've got the essential, this is Bernie's Bakeries, just for people to grab snacks. You know, at the front here, some education. Toilets, which, yeah, are queuing for. And a nice little pip shot juice. And come over to what I was building on the last stream. I still haven't named it or put that detail in. Yeah. So there's all that over there, which we'll get to, and still some work to be done over there. And yeah, this is the capybara tapir habitat, and you can look off the bridge. Although no one does, but you would think they would, but you know. And obviously not that intelligent. Jaguar habitat, which I think was in here last time. And this, which I still haven't named. I was just putting the cladding on. I was building up the look of the exhibit, but now it's all designed, done completely. Completely. What's the word? Built, I suppose. You know, it looks like a proper place. And I put floor lights in only, and then the back here we have a little backstage area. We have a quarantine, staff rooms, everything. And then out the back here we have a generator, well, a wind turbine. I don't know whether I showed this on stream before, but yeah, anyway, we'll catch up with it all. My mechanics, I've got some free... Gulpy. Energy. Not very busy. Guess we could... I mean, it's kind of hard to keep the guests happy. They're really, like, demanding. This is Jaguars. They have had a few we've had a few Jaguar cubs, which is cool. And then we've got another toilets, and then we've got a Mexilente. This used to be rammed, but since the installation of a restaurant, which I've been working on today, they don't seem to go here. And a backstage area, I haven't got that yet. Right, there we go in the Jaguar habitat. Oh, it needs Yeah, it needs a keeper in here. There we go. Jaguars down there. Not want to get too close. Ferocious cats. Oh, but they're lovely. So the staff room, like a nice little walkway area. I was going to have something more at the end here, and I can still do it, like with this look, this design. I did have this scaffolding over the turbine, but it told me the turbine couldn't work. It was covered it in. I'm like, no, the wind can get through there. You know, that's why I designed it like that, so the wind could pass through. But no, it didn't like it. And then yeah, this is the staff room. I've got to clad this and make it look a bit nicer. Back through the gate. Now we'll wander off to a build I did the other day, which, oh, I don't need that there anymore. This was the edge of the habitat, but I had to shorten the habitat. I couldn't work out why this habitat wouldn't work for ages, and you still need a gate, a zookeeper's gate. Why are you all gathered looking through a hedge? They're morons. You go inside. Go inside. So this is the llama alpaca zone. And yeah, it is full of llama and alpacas. But the barn, I'd seen Lady Designer doing a barn design, and I was like, I kind of wanted to have a go at the barn. And I was doing it in a nice traditional red barn, and I was like, no, I want to make it more. I started looking at these pictures online. I'm like, oh, let's make it a lot more rustic and cool looking, in my opinion. So yeah, I did this Arctic llama alpaca place. Yeah, it's quite nice. They sleep in here, and you get to see them sleeping, and just a cleverly designed little area, or nicely designed. But I wanted kind of meadows out here, but they don't have a very large plant coverage. So I was like, well, I'm going to have to make it look a bit more green than it is by doing everything around it green. So that's what I've been currently working on and adding things. Right, so let's go through here. The staff area, we've got staff room, keeping in with that South America feel and look, as that's all this area is. We've still got, so considering what I've done, I've still got a couple more areas to add. But yeah, I'm going to make it a complexity meter. I've got a few more animals to add. Now this is the old Galapagos giant tortoise habitat, a nice small one. And I've got backstage areas still to do in here. I think I've got to fill out the backstage area here, put in the drain and everything and things. But yeah, this is a nice little Galapagos giant tortoise area. I'm having to build work zones as well to keep everyone like each habitat well attended. So come down here, and this is what I've been working on today. Is all this greenery area, this restaurant, which I saw someone else do a similar build, and I was like, I like that idea. It is a restaurant over water. I don't know whether we can walk in. We can. Cool. Can we walk through? Yeah, we can. So it is literally over a pond. Now, not all, because I built the restaurant so large, not all the tables can be connected to the restaurant, because restaurants only have a certain area, which is a shame that they can react to. But they do fill some of the seats. You can come and eat out here. I've got nice views. So I think about putting a habitat that perhaps extends to there, so you can sit and eat and be right next to the animals. It's got some nice ideas. Oh, I need to put a door on here. I can do that at some point. And then we've got a modern looking toilets, an ATM, 3 ATMs, because they were complaining they had no money. So this area needs perhaps giant anteaters. I don't know. Monkeys, they're about all I've got from South America left to add. Then I've completely used every single South American animal I could find. So I don't know whether to extend over into Central America, like put alligators and things, because alligators would be pretty cool. But yeah, that is it. That is the design. Okay, what's the matter? Multiple animals are hungry. Oh, well, we'll get someone in there. See, playing franchise, I've got to constantly attend to that, which is nice. I kind of like that. But yeah, I'm not attending to their thirst or their education, apparently. I need to fulfill those needs, really. So perhaps another drink shop. Anyway, I hope you're all doing well. So this is becoming a big zoo. It's becoming a reasonable sized area of zoo. So we've got this area to fulfill, this area to fill in. 4 VIP guest has arrived at your zoo. Okay, cool. I've got loads of VIPs here apparently. It doesn't let you say hello to some people for some reason. It's a bit weird. Ah. I don't know whether that saying hello sends out a notification. That's what my concern is. So no, you can't do that. So I'm making loads of money. We're nearly up to 1 million. We're well, 700,000 anyway. Getting there. Well, on the right side of 500,000, on the way to 1 million. So Sunrise Stream Zoo is getting there. Right, have we got people coming? Is anyone keepers on their way? Yeah, they do this weird thing when they're walking over here. Sometimes the guests, they float in the air. Have I got anyone en route? Ah, yeah, cool. Good. Staff having to queue to use a facility. Where? No, they're not. There's 2. No. Why does it not let me select? There we go. What is this? No, you stupid thing. Why is it? No, it's off. I don't know whether you can see. It's like... It's off. What are you doing, game? And now what? No, okay. Why are you not connecting? Yeah, it's connecting there. That'll have to do. Yeah. That'll have to do. Is someone in here? Is this in use? No, good. I need to adjust this. No, not climbing. Takes ages just to get into. No, what? I don't know what this ticking noise is all about. That'll have to do. We have access. It's still lower than the others. Are they floating? They look like they're floating slightly. Oh well, stuff it. I'm not lowering all them down. I'll be here forever and a day. I'm just going to have to deal with it when it comes to designing. Animal is stressed, okay. Animal is stressed. Tell me about it. So I don't know what habitat to add. We're going to have to add giant anteaters. And as I say, I'm thinking of adding alligators. I don't know whether to add giant anteaters in here. This sort of area. Because this long walking area. I guess they're doing now. There's nothing going on for them. So it might be an idea to add some giant antes. It's not till tomorrow, Lodge. But yeah. Thank you. It's appreciated. Can everyone hear me okay as well? Because I am acutely aware that this is loud. Let's turn the music down a little bit. Can everyone hear me? Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. Can you hear me? That's where I find out I've been transmitting on mute all evening. So yeah, I would probably add a yeah, anteaters. Yeah, giant anteaters. Let's go Zoopedia, which was a good place to start. There we go, giant anteater, vulnerable. Definitely well worth having in our. It's only about 660 meters squared. Let's have a look for 2, because you'd only have 2, I think, maximum. 720 meters squared. I can do that easy. All mature offspring become outsiders, so plenty of animals to be trained out. Food enrichment. Okay, dog ball. Forage box. They can live with they can live with the capybara and Bard's tapir. So I could just put them in with the capybara and tapir, or I could put them in a Colombian white-faced capuchin monkey. They can live with maned wolf as well. And collared peccary. Hang on, now I've got to go look at something. I don't think collared peccaries are from the same part of the world, are they? Oh yeah, they are. Collared peccaries are from there. Well, there's another animal I hadn't even considered for South America. I mean, I could have them with giant anteaters and collared peccaries. Guess flee from. See, they're quite scary. And what was the other one? The giant anteater said it like living with. Yeah, because that's what happened. It came up to me and said, hello, yeah, I like living with these animals. Maned wolf is the other one we've got to look at. Giant anteater and capybara. So, maned wolf, is it from the same area? It is. Hello, elephant puppet. Evening. How are you? So, thank you. That's very nice of you to come and say happy birthday. That's 2 people that have wished me an early happy birthday, because it's not till tomorrow. So, hence why I'm seeing it in. We'll be streaming till gone for the next couple of hours, so, you know. I don't know. So do I build a big habitat for the maned wolf and the... for the maned wolf and giant anteater? I could build it over here because there's plenty of room. Yeah, let's do that, shall we? What kind of construction materials do we need? What kind of grade materials do we need for building? Let's have a look. The grade 2, greater than 3 meters. Maned wolf. Can the collared peccary live with a maned wolf though? Have we got an issue there? Because it's kind of good to have lots of animals in one area, but it can cause issues as well, I've noticed, playing. I guess that's the beauty of it. No. So collared so I either go giant anteater, collared peccary. Maned wolf though probably likes being with other people. What does the maned wolf actually? Does the maned wolf like being with the other creatures, or? You know, it's only giant anteater, and we'll be enriched by sharing. So do we go maned wolf, giant anteater, and collared peccary? Because are they near threatened? So they're kind of low on the... And the giant anteaters, I think, are more in trouble, vulnerable. Yeah, okay. Yeah, we go maned wolf, giant anteater. I think that's going to be the combo. That's going to be the play there. Coming up the inside. Down the line. Alright, I'm in a particularly silly mood. I'm watching lots of podcasts lately, so I've been having fun. Listening to podcasts and creating. Theme South America. South America. We'll go for that. And so I don't go bamboo wall. It's got to be greater than 3 meters, which it's not going to be an issue, but I like to have sort of wire mesh fencing. I might have a... Oh, actually, that's a nice... Yeah, that'd be a cool design. Yeah, kind of idea. Not done this before. I have a cunning plan, my lord. Yeah. So I want a habitat that the staff can access, but also, you know, guests can enjoy and walk around. I think a 360 viewing area is kind of essential, so I need room for path. So I kind of need to leave path there. But what I'm going to do, and you might think this is a very clever idea, because I do. You might not. No, I've just had a good idea and I think it will work. Let's have a look. See that chain link fence? Let's go for, yeah, wire mesh. Aligned surface. So I need to get some thumbnails done for... Probably get that done tomorrow. So this is probably the easiest way to build a large habitat I've found in my experience. So I do want to make that a bit more interesting, like with some rocks or something, because once I build the template I can really build easy. I can just whack out loads of these yeah, do we want something a bit more creative? And I'm thinking so I'm kind of sticking in the, you know, and mostly sticking in the South America theme for South America, which makes sense. Oh, okay, that's small. Yeah, there we go. That's kind of nice. Yeah, that works. I like that. So then, once that's all designed up, then we can add extra decorations around it. But let's add a top. 1 by 2, 1 by 2. Do I want to add anything on top? Because once we do all the work here, we've got most of our habitat planned out, and then I obviously need to build the bedding housing area. The zoo's probably nearly at the stage where we can start doing big advertising campaigns, which is incredible really when you think how small this zoo was when I originally streamed it. And I probably have to add the, as I say, I've got to add thumbnails, retroactively add thumbnails. But I kind of want it to be this. The guests complain there's a lot of walking. I'm like, have you been to Whipsnade Zoo? Have you got any clue what real zoos are like? I kind of like the idea that all the animals aren't. Because I see a lot of other people's zoos and it's like animal, 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 animal. And there's nothing to break it up. And no sort of walking area. And I kind of like, in my zoos, I kind of like that. Because when I grew up, I used to go to Werdman Whipsnade every year. So pretty much quite a lot. So I was quite lucky and fortunate in that sense. So I like the walking. I think it's part of the experience, walking from one exhibit to the other. Oh yeah. Just sort of some cool ideas for this habitat. Some nice ideas, should I say. Yeah, we'll do some good stuff like that. I've sort of found my boundary making and fence design and that has got more sophisticated, I suppose, as I've gone along. Or more, as I've sort of learned, hey, I can do this, I can do that. I've got more confident with the designs of it all. But the amount you can build in Zoo is very impressive. Which is good, and I'm enjoying it, and that's the main aim of the game, really. Oh, yeah, there we go. put you there, put you about there, and then add finally that just blew my mind. Then putting them two together, that was like, oh hang on, I could do that. So now we can build a habitat easily build a habitat. That's the thing, that's the trick. Build smart. Hey, the maned wolf and giant anteater are going to have an awesome little enclosure. So I'm thinking, because these are like the viewing gallery areas, but we need to build a shed. Alright, what I'm going to do is just put one of them over there, even though that's not part of the boundary. All will become clear. It'll become obvious. So because we got this like modern design next to it, we want the shed to be nondescript or generic, kind of like the shed design I've done over here, kind of South American mix. And yeah, when I get near the end of the shed, the park design, I'll probably come in and like shore up a few of these areas, you know, make them look a bit more, pretty them up a little bit more. You know, most people's main focus is on habitats, and I've been prattling around with buildings and stuff and making them really complicated. It's kind of not the way to do it, really, is it? I want breeze block, where we breeze, yeah, there we go. Breeze block wall. The great thing about working with a grid like this is that it makes it easier when you come to build the boundary. Okay, now do I want the door? Kind of want the door there. So I'm also conscious of, you wouldn't want a gate, because there would be a draft created here. Thank you, Anime Master, Anime CC Master. It's not till tomorrow, but yeah, I'm seeing in my birthday, hence the name, the title of the stream. What was I doing? Easily distracted. I want green. No, I don't want green really. You want to go bamboo. You want to go this style bamboo. So we're getting there with this look of the... Now I don't know whether to add windows in. I haven't... Hello Dave. Dave the cat's come to see me. I don't know whether to add windows in to the building, because I know I've not added any in the habitats. Yeah, let's add some windows, shall we? Just so we got a nice bit of light coming in. So let's put a window here, a window here, a window here, and here. And essentially most animal like habitats are kind of adapted warehouses. I tend to see, you know, they're quite clinical, so they can be kept clean and decent. Alright, so we got this for possible windows. Yes, that's actually perfect. I just need to change the colour of it. That is ideal. This first habitat I'm actually putting windows in, can you believe? Yeah, that's looking good. That's doing what it needs to do. Gonna have some nice giant anteaters and maned wolves running around in there. We're gonna have full 360 viewing area for guests. I don't know whether they like... Yeah, I would think giant anteaters. I mean, knowing what capybaras and that like, they've got this massive pond area, so I would guess the giant anteater likes a similar habitat. I'm not going to say the same. But look, they've got this... I mean, they have got a huge underwater area and they make full use of it. Yeah, okay. We'll get back over to our habitat. So that means we've got the potential to put some more water in it, which could be good fun. Ah, Jaguar's about to mate, is it? Nice. Get some more baby jags, which give you massive amounts of conservation credits. Because I've tripled the amount of conservation credits we had since I started this zoo. Yeah, I kind of want to put a little temple in here as well, and perhaps some water running off it, like a little waterfall style temple. I think it'd look kind of nice to put it in there in the habitat, and have the maned wolves and the giant anteaters running around inside. So perhaps I want a rocky... I don't want it too much rock, but I might have a little bit of rock my guests can't see in. So like a rock based area here. Oh, this is South Central America. Inspector's left a report ready for viewing. Sand... Wait, so... Well, hang on. You put sandcat habitat. Don't say he passed. Ah, he's gone. Oh no. I missed it as well. Like, no. Yeah. That's when. Fighting due to our crowding Baird's tape here. Where? Let's have a look. Okay, I've not been paying attention. Ah, there we go. Ocelot is an outsider. Okay. Well, let's get you out there then, because we don't want to cause any undue... but more importantly... No, I know that's about to happen. So that's when it happened, at the end of last year. Okay. Well, he got to a really good age. He was like 18 years old. So what I might do is let's push Marco. That was one of my capybara. I kind of want them two next to each other because they were mates. So, which means we need some more sand cats because the sand cats. So I need to delete that. I can't remember where it is. That was Zoo. Yeah, I remember. My sand cat's got a little heart. 30th of October, 18. See, look, he lived to 18. So Marco was one of my capybara. 2 days before my birthday. 6th of Feb, year 62. Yeah, there we go. So let's get that lined up. I was acutely aware there was a cat to the left of me. Yeah, Dave's having a drink of water. So yeah, this right. Well, yeah. Okay. We need to get to 3,000 guests. That's one of my challenges, is to get to 3,000 guests. I think we can do it. I think we can get to 3,000 guests. Adopt 2 different habitat species. Well, we'll do that. We'll easily do that by getting a giant anteaters. Have at least 3,000 guests in the zoo. Increase Titan beetle education rating 0% to Titan beetle. What's wrong with the Titan beetle? Hang on. If anyone can think of a clever name for my rainforest area. Where's my Titan beetles? Are you my Titan beetles? You are my Titan beetles. So why is education so poor on Titan beetles? I mean, we have... Alright. I mean, I could just... Yeah. So what are these? Education station paw print. Station soundboard. I kind of like having this sort of stuff. This is like the Discovery Centre was all interactive stuff like this. And you, as you wander through in Whipsnade Zoo, you could interact with it. I remember going the first year they opened it. Absolutely, it blew my mind as a kid. It was interactive stuff and things you could touch, and it's really good. But do I put an education speaker in here talking about Titan beetles, and then we... And by the way, I am well aware I can sink these into the ground, but I don't want to. I kind of want things... to be on display? Would that drive the time beetles out of their tiny minds to have an education speaker directly outside their habitat, constantly playing, telling them about themselves? They'll be like, for God's sake, yeah, I know, alright, I get it. I don't need to be educated about what I am. Just don't tell me about time beetles. I probably don't even know they're time beetles, in all fairness. Me, I'm not a time beetle. I'm a snake, that's what I am. Alright, time beetle. So, I like everything to be on kind of display. Oh, in this case, I could kind of break the... I don't want people to find it too confusing, but I do want, if they're viewing the time beetle, to hear it. Here. And I am going to actually break my rules and stick it in the ground, because it's just for a stupid challenge. I wouldn't have put it in, really. Now, that'll increase the education of the time beetle. If it doesn't, then... Inspector arriving in 0 months. That means the inspector has arrived at our zoo. Dun dun dun. Exciting music. I kind of don't know what giant anteater, what the rocks would be like in their natural habitat. I don't know whether they'd be... Sure, I would go with tropical rocks. Yeah, tropical rocks. Tropical rocks. I know that tapir has been traded out the zoo because I did it. I traded it out the zoo. It's all happening. That's the thing with playing in franchises, you're constantly getting these notifications, so whilst I'm building I'm constantly looking up. Oh. Okay. Is that... Are you? Yeah. I say. I kind of don't like that. I've seen other people use rocks and on the side of their facilities, but I don't like it. It's not clean enough for me. Let's go theme. South America. So the other thing is that the monkeys from... I need to add the monkeys in. That's the other. So I could build a temple design. I kind of want it so people can see in. Yeah, let's... You don't get as much money back, but look, we're not exactly short on cash at the moment, are we? Let's be honest. In fact, we're so short... Come on out of here. We're so short on cash. I mean, essentially, I'm building a big rectangle. I'm well aware of that, but once we add the details in, it just makes it easier for pathing, I find, and it doesn't affect the complexity meter that much. And it's going to give the people a walking point, and then I can add Australian type trees and bigger foliage around here and stuff, and fauna, and Yeah, it'll be nice because it'll cover it in. And I'm already seeing access points in my mind's eye. Of course, you have to walk behind the toilets, but we'll cover that with some greenery and stuff and make it not look so obvious. Which means, so giant anti to the main wolves I was going for here, wasn't I? So what am I doing now? Oh yeah, I was going to do a Zoom marketing. I need the loo. It's scorching out here. Well, you can't complain. If you're getting nice weather in a temperate climate, what's your problem? Marketing, that's what I wanted to look at. We have online campaign viral videos, low impact print poster campaigns, TV, ideal for larger zoos. We are not a larger zoo, no. Family hour, late night talk shows, comedy shows. I guess we're gonna have to go comedy shows because I've been listening to comedy podcasts like I've forgotten what they're called. Class Clown. I've been listening to a lot of them, and Ramesh Ranganathan, so it kind of is appropriate. High impact. There we go. We're really blowing the money now. So, are we actually in the red, or are we still alright? Finances. Where's finances? So I haven't got many cameras. Maybe I just start adding cameras in. I mean, if I went for exhibit memorials, look, there's loads of... Yeah. I don't want to do exhibit memorials, even though I kind of don't... I think it's going to get too much habitat memorials. Oh look, they made a really nice memorial thing there with a... Perhaps I should do that for my sand cats, build something like that. The sand cats were... But there's no... I haven't got any sand cat statues. Oh, that's a good point. We have no sand cats in this... no, we need to go... Not Zoopedia. Oh, where is it? Animals. I can't remember what it's called, the first name. I don't think it's the Palace Sand Cat. It might be the Palace Sand Cat. So we need to order some sand cats, because that whole habitat's ready to go. Look. People charging. That's not too bad. 200 for that kind of a capybara. Is it under sand cat? Or... See, the trouble is, there's loads of pages. I wish I could just Indian peafowl. You can have them wandering around. What the hell is that? That's not a king penguin. 10,000. Yellow and white feather coat with yellow markings. So that's the special, like the albino versions, I'm guessing. 10,000. Do you... Yeah. I don't know how you can set them to 10,000. Yeah, you can decide what amount of credits you got there. Anyway, we're looking for sand cats. I need a little penguin enclosure as well. But that's on the other side. Right, sand cats, sand cats. Is it the Palace Sand Cat? That's the thing. I can't remember. Plains zebra. Look. Who's putting there? I mean, it's really good. 10,000. It's ridiculous. I think that's the maximum you can have. Is it sand cat? Is it just sand cat? Is that a special red fox? Part melanistic cross, red fur, black markings and white tail tip. Nice. Red kangaroos, reindeer, reticulated pythons, no, giraffes. There we go, sand cats, yeah. Hooray. That's a beautiful sand cat. She's really good genetics. I think that's worth spending that amount, and he's got good genetics as well. I like my sand cats. Let's go with them too. It's cost a lot of conservation credits, but I am going to get those conservation credits back eventually. Let's see. So yeah, I might add around these doors just to frames a little bit of design. So this is fully set up for sand cats completely. So once they get here, and this is how I started with like a marketing. Without marketing, I used these in habitats. Oh, shut up. Facilities having a significant negative effect on guests. Where? Exactly. Here we go. The new arrivals. Yay, Sandcat. And we've done a challenge. Which is not quite what I was intending. I thought the Anteater and the other one would, the main wolves would push that challenge over, but no. Do you have another one coming? Yeah, there we go. .1. Hang on, are you 1.1? Are they brother and sister? It'll tell me. Where's genetics? Hang on. Inbreeding. That's what I was worried about. I didn't realise, but yeah, someone's put those both on the market at the same time because they matured at the same time. And then, yeah, that was my concern. I should have thought about that. I didn't think about that. Which means we've consequently, you know, wasted some credits. So we'll look for a new male sandcat, I guess. Oh, let's do species search. There we go. So he's got pretty good long. No size. He's got pretty good. He's probably. So what we got? Not him. I don't know. See, fertility's low on those ones, but do we take a risk? Or do we go for higher fertility? But he's not going to live so long. See, he could keep going forever and a day. He's got longevity. He's got good immunity though, but he's quite small. Which means... Oh... I have to trade you out the zoo, I'm afraid, mate. Because I suddenly realised they're going to be inbreeding. Not a done thing, thank you. Right, so... Is he getting an animal out? Oh yeah, he is. He's bringing it to the... Oh, good. It's the sandcat habitat. Ah, yeah. My concern was that there was no animal on. Which means possibly... Yay! There we go. Alright, now we should be okay on things, shouldn't we? Where is it? Compare mates, that's the one. There we go. Yay! Cool. That's good. There's no, it doesn't say inbreeding, which is what we want. Got there with it. I'm going to have to go grab a coffee in a minute, but let's do a little bit more work on the anteater stroke maned wolf / hashtag maned wolf bit. It should be good. Get the path round here. I don't want to put the path in till last because of the guests. I know what they're like. So I don't know whether I can add more to that. No, I kind of don't want to. So a kind of idea for what we can do here. Should be good, provided it works. Sorry, my throat's getting a bit dry. I'm coughing quite a bit, which is not good. So I keep mooting. I'm kind of just envisaging, thinking of something, envisaging, yeah. I'm kind of thinking, right, how can I go from there, is what I want to do. I don't need the water to be too deep or too big for the giant anteater and maned wolf, but I want it to look nice and I'm hoping they like a good plant coverage. I'm kind of banking on that actually. I kind of want the... No, auto paint. Yeah, there. I don't want too much land, and I want space for them to be able to walk around. But it also pushes them up against the barrier, which is good. I don't know what plants I can put in here until I build the until I get the actual creatures in here. Animals. We will get them in here. Let's go lower than that. Is there bits where they can walk down and drink without falling and drowning? Kind of. Let's make this a bit more of a gentle slope. So there's a definite giant anteater / maned wolf walking area. So I don't want it to be too sharp. Yeah, there we go. That's alright, isn't it? I didn't want it to be deep water. We want to go Amazon. But we do want to add something else. I know it's under construction. It took me ages to find them the other night. What was it? I think it was here. It was, yeah. There we go. That's what I was looking for. Yeah, the trouble is you can't, because it's franchise mode, I can't go too crazy on the designs and builds yet until I get the animals in here and I know what the score is with what they like and things. But as I say, I've got a rough guideline since they mix with capybara, and we have a capybara habitat in here already, so I've got a rough idea of what it might look like. It's my capybara tapir build. So I love the giant rhubarbs in here and all that, and the corn, and yes, I've got a rough idea of what it might look like, but I'm going to make this a bit more fantastical. Theme. So yeah, there are. Oh, yeah. Car crash. Building. So, do you want an Indian peafowl walkthrough exhibit? I had a problem with the walkthrough exhibit. Have you made the barrier and made the 2 guest gates like this? Because you can have your guest gates, your walkthrough area. Oh yeah, thank you. Yeah, it's not till tomorrow, but we're seeing it in tonight. Well, an hour's time. Officially, will be my birthday. It's over. Yeah, so you got your 2 walkthrough gates, but I couldn't place anything in here, and it kept frustrating me. I couldn't place any llamas or alpacas. I couldn't work out why. Well, you still need a habitat gate like this on access, so that your keepers and your staff can access it via that. And that's just for the AI programming, because any normal person would just walk through the same gate as the guests, wouldn't they? But yeah, they still need a staff entrance, and once I've done that, I could then place my llamas and alpacas in the habitat, and my guests now walk through and look at the older llamas and alpacas in their habitat. But yeah, if that's what you're talking about, the Indian peafowl, I think is the same concept, a walk-through exhibit. Because yeah, if you're playing on franchise mode or the proper mode with, you know, or you're doing sandbox with real designs and things, then yeah, you're gonna run into the same issues as I've got. Yeah, look, dirty litter. That's disgusting. I'm gonna need to sort that out. Yeah, no worries. Glad to be of help. You know, that's what we do in the Planet community. We all help each other, don't we? But yeah, I couldn't work out for ages. I had a much bigger for my llamas, and which is why this bit's all greyed out. The actual llama habitat stretched, and that pod was there. My llama stretched out all the way out here. But I'm kind of glad I ran into the issues and made it a smaller habitat, because that's still massive for a walkthrough exhibit. I mean, what square? Yeah, look, 8,668 meters squared. It's actually just a huge amount of land, and you get land tax as well, especially in franchise mode. So God knows what I'm paying for that exhibit, but we can find out. So yeah, it probably wasn't the best idea. Let me have a look. Stats? No, it's not stats. Oh, that's for rides. I might do a train ride up in the mountain area. That would be, because I've never really done a ride, so that'd be really nice to put that in there. I think that could be the next challenge. So yeah, I've got max on all this. We've researched everything. There's nothing we can research yet, but there are 2 packs I don't own, and I have sort of asked for some. We're going to fix the PS5 disk drive for my birthday. It's going to be my main thing, but she was like, oh, I want to get you something to actually open on your birthday. And I was like, okay, thank you. And I said, well, there's 2 packs on here. It's not going to cost too much. Only about 12 quid. So I was like, yeah, get me them and I'd appreciate it. Man of simple taste. Inspection report. Yeah, sand habitat. I expected that kind of thing. Alright. I was trying to look for finances. Where is it? Graphs, loans, marketing, finance summary. Oh, there it is. Overview. Yeah, here we go. So we are making money. Ongoing expenses. God, it's getting pricey. Average year. So we're making a profit, but not massive profit. That's alright then, that's good. It's good to know. We'll get back to building this beautiful habitat. Yeah, so I think rocks, I guess I want to encase it in rocks. That's what we want to do. Nature, tropical rocks, that's what I want. So I want to turn align to surface off. I want angle snap right off. Random rotation on. Random rotation on. Oh, okay, either way. Either or will do. That will do. So yeah, we're getting for sort of big rocks, and I want to work my way through. Clad it up a bit. I add more, make it look a bit more interesting, a bit nicer once we get a few of the basics on there. I was just about to say what's happened to all the sound and the... Oh, that's a bit too big, I think, to be using for this. Yeah, hashtag necessary but not very exciting rock work. That's massive as well, that rock. Resizing, yeah, in Planet Coaster 2 has really sort of spoilt Planet games, but that's probably why Planet Zoo 2's on the horizon. Oh, that's a good point. And the main wolf, I was wondering if there's a climbing requirement with it. Let's check out, is there a climbing requirement with the main wolf? I'm kind of hoping there is, because that would look really nice. If we can add a sort of climbing bit that goes up through the temple, it would look really good. Oh, that's, I don't know, it depends on your financial situation really, Car Crash, to be honest with you. Whether you should buy DLC now. I mean, I'm buying the last two DLCs, but I brought the deluxe version on console because I'm on PS5, which is where I do all my streaming from. But I'm still, if you're still enjoying the game and you want to support them, by all means buy it. I mean, what you've got to remember is there's so much content for Zoo. I mean, it's crazy the amount of content that's in this game already, and it's there now and you can access it all, whereas Zoo 2, it's going to take a few years for it to catch up to that kind of point, I think. So when we get it, I mean, it's going to have a lot better features, hopefully, and we'll probably get resizing. I would think that's going to be one of the things. But yeah, I don't know. I think, you know, so my personal point of view with it, I guess, is I think I'll just get what I can here, and I'll probably still playing Zoo when Zoo 2 releases, and then I'll get Zoo 2 perhaps a little bit further down the line when there's more DLC for it, and I can get stuck into it. Depends on what animals are in it though, because if there's loads of really nice animals that I like, then I might be in big trouble. Oh, you've only got the Australia pack. The Australia pack is a good one to have. Oceanic. Is it the Oceanic, or is it just Australia? But yeah, I was quite lucky in the sense that I brought the deluxe version, and so I've not had to buy many packs at all, because every DLC that released I just got them. So I possibly on that point, if you've just got Australia, then wait, or just get a few of the packs with the animals, your favourite sort of animals in, or animals you think would really be nice to have in your zoos that you want to play with, and only get a couple of packs, more packs if you can. Because we don't know how long Zoo 2 is going to be as well. They've announced it, but it could be like Christmas this year, or it could be next year even. So we don't know when it's releasing. We haven't got a definitive release date yet, I don't think. I could be wrong, but I don't think we have. And you know, it just depends on your financial situation and everything else as well, as to whether you can justify that extra spend and things like that. There's lots of factors I know when purchasing DLC, especially if you have a family with children, which, yeah, I do. So everything is on a shoestring budget. But yeah, I'm quite fortunate in the fact that I got the deluxe pack. I think that was from one of my birthdays. I was like, yeah, get deluxe pack, get deluxe zoo. So I knew that all the DLCs would be covered, pretty much. So when every DLC's come out, I've not had to buy any one. But then the latest one that they brought out on PC and console wasn't included in deluxe. But I enjoy even though it has got its bugs and its problems like any game, I still really enjoy building in Planet Zoo, very much so. Have I still got random rotation on? Yeah, I have. Alright, nice. I'm just kind of thinking, where do I want to put that there? What kind of look do we want? Oh, this habitat is going to be main wolf and giant anteaters. So I'm just trying to make it as interesting as can be for me and people viewing it. I've not used these yet. I would possibly, I might use them on something else. Because thank you. I've done I mean, do you, if you if you want to see something I did on Planet Coaster that was quite good, look up Iron Matty talking about this one gave me Bioshock vibes. That's one of my builds. It's a Dragon Ball McQueen build. So yeah, that's something I did in 2.5 months, around the same time as I'm building this zoo. Actually, I've never completed a zoo yet. I've got a zoo we did a lot of on stream, but I built a really big interactive enclosure like this, but it kind of broke the game because I had so much to do. It broke I just sort of couldn't get into it, couldn't bring myself to finish it, which was a shame. I might get back to it at some point. Waterfall murky midsection, murky top, we want murky bottom. I want that. I can't really see because of darkness. Alright, let's hang on, was that a cat crying then? No. I thought they were one of the cats crying, but it might have been in this. Because I had monitoring so I can hear sounds, background sounds and things, and I'm well aware that my son keeps shouting, but what can you do, eh? And I just thought I had a cat crying, but I don't know whether it's on here. Yeah, I was waiting for light, that's what I was waiting for. Bit research, what we've done. Alpaca's finished, that's good. So we've got Galapagos giant tortoise. I think llama needs research. Yeah, there we go. Let's go llama, which is good. No, where am I? I'm getting lost now. No, yeah, I've gone the wrong way. This is where I was meant to be going. So alpaca, yeah, let's go to grade 3. Llama, we can only afford grade 1. So I don't know what the enrichment's like in there for them either. Let me find. What? Yeah, your enrichments. Okay, so as I build on their enrichment, I can add to it. Okay, some of this, I'm guessing, some of this enrichment has come from. I don't want to just randomly put them anywhere. What? Oh, I've just realised it's got random rotation on. I was like, why is it placing it like that? I think the llama was going for that. He's not going to be too happy though, I just took it away. Yeah, he's not too happy. Sorry, llama. Sorry, mate. They are. You can have your grab ball. Feeders and things I'm trying to keep in the same rough area so that the keepers don't have to go too far to deal with them. Any chance to add more trees to this interior is I'm kind of taking it because I wanted there to be a few trees and a bit more plant coverage, but if I add much more in, then it's going to. I mean, I think the llamas are okay. I think that the trouble is the alpacas will get upset. Let me have a look at the old alpaca. Yeah, look, they're right on maximum coverage. If I put anything more in, they'll be like, they'll get their nose out of joint and get stressed or depressed or something because they've got too many plants in their habitat, which is not what we want. Alright, let's add this into there. Enclosures look good with trees and that when the animals don't want it. What do you mean when they if you're playing in franchise mode, you have to go by what they want. Actually, Car Crash, probably your best thing to do, subscribe to my channel. I'm not just saying that because you're watching and blah blah blah. Subscribe to my channel. I've been talking with my boys about ideas of things to do, and I know a lot of people have done sort of creative ideas, but I'm going to talk about I did some design stuff way back when I was at school, like higher education design, sixth form, that sort of thing, higher education, and I'm going to kind of talk about those philosophies and those ideas of what I learned there and how I apply it here to make habitats look acceptable. They're not amazing, but I am building in franchise mode, so I am restricted. So sort of, so I'm going to try and talk as best as I can to help people. I mean, because look, if you look at this little pond here, you can see there's a similar sort of design language, but it's a lot more complicated. There's a lot more colour and design, whereas in habitats, I'm restricted by what I can do because of what is allowed by the animals. So I'm using the terrain tool to break it up a bit, as well as the plant coverage, things like that, and it's still meeting the animals' needs. So look, this isn't that complicated, but yeah, all this, when you look inside, it's not that complicated, but when you look from the outside in, it looks quite nice. And then these little, like with the cassowary, I had the idea of this sort of broken this crashed Jeep. Just yeah, and I thought, yeah, let's just go with it, stick it in there. And I knew they wouldn't be able to interact with it or stand on it, which would be really nice if the cassowary could jump up and stand on it. That'd look really cool. But yeah, you can't, unfortunately. But yeah, I tried to make it as interesting for me, because there's certain things like rocks. You can add as many rocks in as you want to a degree, because it just affects where the animals traverse. If they're climbing animals, they can climb on it and things. But yeah, so if you're building in Korea or franchise, then you need to address. You learn a way of doing it that's simple but looks effective, I guess. And I'll try and do some videos about it, because a lot of people do ask about design language and things, and how to make things look nice. And you want to make it interesting for you while you're creating, because this is like your canvas and you're painting something essentially in 3D. Right, so what am I doing? South America. So that's what I want, construction. So we want a murky bottom. No comments, please. A murky bottom. Ah, classics are always the best. Right, let's stick that in there. Kind of. So I've got an idea of the way this is going to go already. It's also a good idea to have a rough idea in your head. So I've got a rough idea of how this is going to go in my head, but we'll get there with it. Oh, Rapids foam. Yeah, let's. I want that actually. Let me align to water, and then bring it down slightly, twist it this way, bring it back into here, go. Okay, yep. Yeah, so also looking at things in real life, observation, I guess. You know, that's one thing they really teach about, is observation. When you're doing art at a higher level, it's to notice the smallest of details. Alright, I am going to have a quick break, make a coffee, etc. Hopefully we'll have no major disaster in my zoo. Do we pick a guest that just walks through the door and follow them around, or do we pick an animal in an enclosure and follow them around? And what do we do? This capybara tapir enclosure's quite nice. Look at them, they don't use these platforms much. Ah, capybara. You want to follow the capybara around while I go off and make a coffee? Alright, let's go for an albino Raphael. Should we go a cinematic? Yeah, we'll go cinematic. That's not a very good cinematic view, but at least you get some change of cameras. Right, give me 5 minutes, I'm going to quickly make a coffee in. I'll be back shortly.
Huffy Huffo!
Right, sorry, that took a little bit longer than I anticipated. Let's hope that we haven't had any... No notifications. Oh, that's good going. Yeah, I got chatting to my son for a little bit as well. So, bit of a shame. All good, thank you. Yeah, and then I have to say hello to the cats. Gave them a bit of a fuss. So let's jump back into South America. Oh, Jaguar has had offspring. Right, so I want to use these pieces kind of aligned surface, so we want that. Yeah, the aquatic pack is good because that's where you get the waterfalls and you get some really good rocks and things. I might use some in this enclosure. I'll show you what they can do. They can transform an enclosure, the faux rocks and things. That will. We'll sink. Yeah, let's go to nature. Let's clear all that. Oh, it wasn't quite what I was trying to do. I keep using shortcuts from Planet Coaster 2 in this, and obviously that doesn't work. So yeah, look, these, for example, you can colour them how you like. So let's pause. Let's so look, they're lighter than that, but if we go in, go a sort of brown, orange, no, browny orange, and then we just come up here. Let's try and make them look a bit similar. Yeah, it's kind of. So let's go that colour. Oh no, I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to. Trouble is, with it, that highlight around it, I can't really see the colour that I'm getting. No, come down that way. Yeah, see, that's too dark. Why have you gone? Why have you suddenly selected a green? It's like you're randomly selecting a colour that I'm not selecting there, game. That's near enough. It's not exact, but there are some colour values on the internet that actually show. But if you sort of sink these down into the ground, right? Why did you deselect that, game? So you can do stuff like this quite easily with these fake rocks that look quite, you know, nice. You can't really see it. I would think soil would be allowed in this. So you can do some nice sort of stuff like that with it. And it can transform a habitat, especially if you're building sandbox mode a lot more. And you can do it with lots of oh, get off angle snap. Then you got these as well. Let's go back into construction. Oh well, that's way too big. You could sort of bring a build to life a bit more. That only took me a couple of seconds, you saw, and you know, it looks quite nice. Right, align to surface back on. So hopefully my giant anteater and maned wolves will appreciate this habitat when they get in here. They probably won't, as is often the case. Oh, I've got a stress rating there. Is that's slightly off? Yeah. That's better, that's lined up. Curious, what's that all about? Oh, animal is stressed. Yeah, that often happens with the tapirs, so I'm not going to worry about that. They'll be alright. Sorry, frog in my throat. So yeah, you can build fairly fantastical builds, like fantasy based design and stuff, I found with it. Just by using objects how they're not meant to be used and that, because there's no I wanted to build a fireplace in one of my restaurants and I couldn't find any, so I had to use the lamps that had fireplaces, Yeah, that looks about right. Let's sink that in there. But it is, a lot of it is sort of add more, add more, add more. Okay, that looks right. I'll go with that. Let's have a look. Yeah, no worries. Oh, right, okay. Stream was glitching. So yeah, it's simple ideas that actually I don't need to do that. Let's just do this. So I do want this to be a traversable area by the animals, so I'm going to need entrance ways and things, and I've possibly not left enough room for them to get through. So what I'm going to do actually is bring this round to this side. Because I don't know what's going to be traversable by the animals and what isn't, so I want to leave an area that's not quite open but is open enough for them to access the area. Because I think it'd look pretty nice with some animals wandering through there. Also, I think with a lot of going back to what you were saying, asking about designing and stuff, you have to make it so it's believable. You know, if you build a structure that's quite fantastical, you still need to make it grounded in reality to a degree. Yeah, it's quite nice. I don't know whether I like that wall being there or whether I want I was going to say whether I want a smaller wall. I do want a smaller wall, but I don't want it to be yeah, that's much nicer, because then it fades up. I've got a kind of if you can see, you've kind of got the higher area at the back, and then it comes down, and there's a sort of language being spoken there. Let me get this piece and show you kind of what I mean. So we've kind of got this natural, let's go back to the beginning. So you've got this kind of natural downward slope, towards that area. So if I want to add trees into this area when the animals are added, trees would make sense going around here, and then and I've got this whole area to play with for more plant coverage and enrichment items, etc. But yeah, we've got this nice little area that hopefully the animals will be able to walk through. We've also got water they can interact with. But yeah, once I get the animals in here, it'll be really nice. Let's now deselect that. And what I want is breeze block, floors, that's it. Which I find are really good for the interior of your enclosures. So I'm going to split that off, so that's a separate building completely. And then just bring it just so it's peeking through the ground. Edit that building. Why did it go left when I pushed up? Why does it do that? Might be the angle I'm at, but terrain. So the game won't actually count the breeze block, it'll actually count this as dirt. Backstage areas, just throw everything at it. Backstage areas are kind of awkward to do if you don't have the Zookeeper DLC. I think it's the Zookeeper, no, Conservation Pack. I think is the one where most of the cool stuff comes from for backstage areas. So Aquatic and Conservation Pack, I think, are the ones for if you want to do that sort of stuff. Where's my best backstage area? Like this backstage area here, most of that sort of Conservation Pack and that, I think. No, I mean, this is only 194 objects. It's fairly simple, but you've got a nice little area, and it's not massive. I mean, realistically, and what I might do is add a little quarantine area, like a little gated off area that they would put animals in. They're perhaps sick or something. I should do that, start doing that. But this is quite a large area. You've got your drains, you've got your... So that, I think... conservation, yeah. Conservation pack. Conservation pack. Conservation pack. Conservation pack. So, yeah. Conservation pack. So, yeah, it's all conservation pack, really, to get the stuff. Conservation wall hooks. So the original game, I think you get these in the clipboards, and then you can just add the conservation pack stuff, and it helps. Right, let's get back to building this habitat barrier. I'm going to go 4 meter length. just so I can mirror what I've done, what I've laid down, is why I'm using the 4 meter method. Then we can get our education boards on there, and once we've got the animals, which are our giant anteaters and maned wolves, to go in here. I mean, it is easier if you have 45-degree angle on, especially for a square enclosure like this is. Essentially it's rectangular, but I'm just freehanding it at the moment. Either or works. So yeah, if we put 45-degree angle snap on, yeah, there's the problem. Therein lies the problem. It's slightly off. And I don't want it to go into the enclosure, because the moment they cross that null barrier, it's like dangerous animal has escaped, and you're like, well, where? Yeah. Because I've freeballed it, it's not quite as accurate as it could be. Right, let's go around here. So we're nearly round to the final part. Oh yeah, okay, yeah, we're in the right area. Done. Hooray. Now we need a gate. I don't know whether to have a metal gate or a wooden gate on here. I guess we'll have a metal gate. Length. Right. Let's go with this. This is what I was using for my South American, the Mosaic Path. Right, that looks a bit nasty, so let's... Yeah, there we go. Square edges on. Presumably we can, hopefully, do the entire exterior like this, possibly. Yeah. On grid. Going right past that solar panel. No, thank you, I don't want you there. So that little green area, I'm just going to add a little barrier and perhaps some plants and stuff, and it'll make it a bit more appealing for the guests. Oh, eating breakfast. Oh, so you in if you're eating breakfast, you're in Australia or New Zealand, are you? Personally, I'd be watching YouTube whilst eating breakfast. No, joke. That's not going to connect. That's not good, is it? We want you to connect. What are you doing? Why are you not connecting? You are connecting, but you are confused. Nope, no. I almost had it there for a second. It was... Nope. No, you're not doing that. That's naughty. There we go. Sometimes it's a bit awkward to get that in there. Alright, let's build this up. Also, I don't know what size bedding they're going to need. Which is an interesting thought. Let me have a sip of coffee and then I would guess it's medium bedding, judging by the animals. I don't think they'll need large. The giant anteaters might need large. I'll have a look at what size animals they are in the zoo PDF quickly first. Oh, Alvin's come to see me. And now she's run off. Right, breeze block, that's what I'm looking for. Breeze block. And what we want here is this. Always make sure to rotate it up. Bring it down. Yeah, we're in line, I think. We are in line. Come across. Line it up. Roughly like that. There we go. And now we have a perfect little gate added on. I was just thinking, how am I going to do the roof? Let's have a look. So I don't know whether to have a steep roof. Yeah, I think we'll go... How many have I got? It's 4, isn't it? I'm just working things out in my head. That's why I was pausing. The pause and the cogs whirring and everything else. Just so I can work out what the roof pitch is going to be like. No. Why would you move that across there and only want pushed once? There we go. Yet again, doing annoying. Sometimes I find on console the movements seem exaggerated. It's a little frustrating, but it's a minor inconvenience. In the early stages of franchise, it can be annoying because you're... Another thing, when I'm building a area that has lots of detail, grid pieces sometimes don't move up and down. I don't know why. And why that is, must be something to do with the old Cobra engine. Struggling with it. See, look, that was outside there, that was on there, and I pushed left once and it jumped to there, which was a bizarre movement. Very bizarre movement. Yeah, I was thinking, do I want to put the roof on, because it is awkward to work under a roof, but it can be done. It's not a problem. We're 1 meter pitch now. Yeah. That's right, Alvin was at the litter tray and then she jumped behind the TV then. I don't know what she was up to. This is the easier way of doing it. Yeah, welcome back, Car Crash. Are you in, I was saying you must either be in New Zealand or Australia then if you're having breakfast. I was guessing. Or am I wrong? Because that would put you ahead of me. Western Australia. When I went to Australia, I went all up the east coast. I went Brisbane, Sydney, Townsville. I did lots of scuba diving. Many years ago, but yeah, I have visited. I love Australia. Which is why I'm leaving the Australia bit till I'll probably do that next week. A lot of work on that and stream it. I mean, we've got the quacker and the cassowaries and the emus in there. I'm also thinking about putting camels in for the Australian bit, because I happen to know that you have, in Australia, you have the largest amount of feral camels in the world, I think. I don't know whether they're dromedary. Yeah, but I don't know whether they're single hump or the double hump ones. I can't remember what they're called. Is it dromedaries? I can't remember what they're called. But yeah, I was thinking about putting some camels in the Australian bit, just as a little to keep me amused more than anything. Yeah, it's just from camels that people brought over there to travel the outback because they were ideal animals suited to the arid climate, and then some got free, and then they just a population sprung up from there, really. Although they're not native to Australia originally. it would confuse some people going through the Australian section of the zoo to find camels there. Unless you knew. Right, let's order our animals and get them in there, I guess. And then we can build up the area. And now I can build a, I was going to say I can build a path coming through here, but I probably want to build the path coming up here and across here. Oh, right, capybara. The capybara habitat. Let's get off that. There we go. The little baby there. And then we've got some swimming. She's so excited. And I'm glad I could please. I'm glad I could oblige. Let's what's he doing? No worries. There's one just having a sleep over here. I would think there's some in the... Oh, there's normally some under the hot taps, but there isn't at the moment. There is some in the sleeping area. Yeah, most of my habitat enclosures have got... Oh, hang on, what the... Diseased animal discovered. Animal welfare has attracted protesters. Well, good. Vet, we need... What disease have they got? What disease have they got? Q fever. So have we got Q fever being... Tickets are underpriced. Yeah, I can't deal with that at the moment. Right, once that's completed, then we don't know about Q fever, so we'll have to research that. So we can present it in the future. Prevent it, sorry. Present it. Where are these protesters? So what is the problem with this Bard's tape here? He's stressed. Why is he stressed? Yeah, I noticed the animal discovered. Oh, they've all got Q fever. So was it the emu? No, can't have been the emu that brought it in. Zoo, they think the tickets are underpriced. Alright, we'll put them up a little bit. I know, 33. 30, I don't want to rip people off. Oh, it's officially my birthday. Officially made it. Another year gone. Let's right, this is going to be it's the maned wolf and the giant anteater. We'll call it Anteater Temple. That's what we'll call it, just so we know it's the temple designed. Also, if you're going to use things like here, the focal point of the temple. Like here, the focal point is the climbing rock. Don't overuse the same trope in your habitats. Here, I've got the crashed thing. There is no sort of main focus of this. It is just simply the mist coming off the, in the rocky background. things like that. Hopefully we're going to get... Has the vet come yet? Oh, here he is. She is. Sorry. I may need some more staff now. The zoo's getting pretty big. And we're not even... We've still got another 70% to play with, which is great. Guest gate. No dangerous animals. Well, there's no animals in here. Animal market. What we want is... Well, we know exactly what we want, so let's put giant in first of all, because we want the giant anteaters. Oh, you... I pressed circle to go back and it jumped right out. Oh, the internal... Yeah, no, I'm not offline. I am not offline. Yeah, thank you. Right, let's try again, shall we? The server's reset. There we go, giant anteaters. That's what we want. Right, we've only got one male giant anteater and 3 females, so we definitely want you, and you're not cheap. 8.8. Let me have a look. Stat wise, you. And then we want maned wolf. So we want to go. Yeah, there we go. So we've only got one female, so we have to adopt you. Yeah, and you're the best one. Let's jump over here. Centre zoo. There we go. Let's have a look. Oh, they're boxing them up. Good. They're dealing with them. As soon as we get the animals in there, we'll pause it and we'll make the habitat look good for the animal. Actually, there is something we can do before they even get in there. Just turn blueprints off. I'm looking at the bedding. I want some medium bedding. I want some large bedding, so we'll stick some. Do I want it near the door? No, I want to keep it away from the door, really. So this, when I place this, yeah, I thought that might happen. There is a way to stop that happening. To stop the... Let's come here. No. Thank you. No, I want you... Right, let's grid. Yeah, I thought I might be obstructed there. Okay, so I might have a problem where I can place my bedding. However, so now if we come in here, we want a couple of large beddings for the giant anteaters. And now it's not, that sticking up through the floor thing isn't happening, which is great. And then we want a couple of, a few medium beddings. Why have you jumped out onto the roof? Don't do that, please. I was clearly inside. Okay, great. You've done the... Yeah, I'm just being careful where it doesn't, to make sure it doesn't jump up. Right. And then we just go path. Delete. Delete. Yep, I think that's everything. So now we should be getting our giant anteaters well on the way. Once they're in, I can start putting up educational boards, etc. We're not finished with it though yet, Car Crash. We've got plenty to do. But thank you. Yeah, it's got to add more detail. Hopefully we've got a delivery incoming. Yep, we have. Quickly jump in. Just going to search decal. Oh, it's not under decal. Right, now we have you all in. Well, the main wolves are quite big, aren't they? They look pretty cool. I like them. So we're going to have to add enrichment for them and everything else. I was looking for the clipboard, that's what I was looking for. Clip. Oh, there we go. So because there's two species on here, really, I should have two clipboards. Which brings me to the next point. I think I've got clipboards in the capybara. Yeah, I have, but I've only got one clipboard. And there's capybara and tapirs here, so there would be double clipboard. I think this, yeah, we need to get a cleaner on it. We need to get a keeper on this habitat as soon as possible. Right, now we're going to go, yeah, enrichment, non-existent. I've just thought, we don't have something working on that water, and that could be a disaster for our animals, so we are going to sort that as soon as we can. I need water filtration stuff. Right, there we go, we've got some heaters in there. I don't think we've got it. Let me have a look. Yeah, there's no The water's clean, but there's no filtration pumps or anything like that covering that water. That water doesn't matter, but we could have some, yeah, we could have some items on it. So I was going to say we could put them out the back of the toilet, but then the negative impacts on guests, I might get away with it. Because what I'm hoping to do is just add a water temperature. Does that? Yeah. And a filtration unit. Over to the green path. Well, that's annoying, isn't it? Yeah, the pathing system in Planet Coaster 2 is much better than the pathing system in Planet Coaster and Planet Zoo, so hopefully we'll get that. I'm going to have to move that there. Then I want to look at negative impact. Does it stretch over onto the path? I think we're all right. I think we're just clear of the path. So guess we'll walk past. Yeah, we are. We're just clear of the path. It's alright. That's good. Oh, you've put a path in because you wanted to, game, without consulting me. Thank you. I love it when you do that. Okay. No, that's alright. That's worked. Right, we'll get back to filtering habitat items by our wolves, and then we'll get some things for them to play with and enjoy. So food bowl, we want the food bowls. Do you want the food bowl here? Could have a food bowl up here, but would they be able to reach it? Let's put it on the ground. And actually there is an easy way to find out. We can just look at traversable areas. Yeah, the main wolf can walk across there. Oh wow, they can go up and down my steps as well. So they can access nearly the entire enclosure. That's nice, because that means we can do some fun things with their habitat items. They want fruit spike trees, the main wolves. Okay, I mean, I'm not going to argue. Also, it's going to be an idea to look at the terrain once I place these, so we can correct any, not errors, but sort of change it and make it a bit Pinata pronghorn. I don't know whether they're shy animals or not, but the Maine wolves like a lot of things, don't they? Let's gift box. I wonder what that was. Scruffy's down next to me, one of the cats. Yeah, sort of giving them a reason to go around the habitat and explore. What DLC are the Maine wolves? I think South America. I'm not sure. Can I don't think I can search by DLC. The best way to look it up would be look on Google. I tend to Google it if I'm not sure. I think it's the South America. It must be the South America. You've got me wondering now. Let me just Google it. Oh, it's the Grasslands Animal Pack, apparently. Yeah, the Grasslands Animal Pack is the Maine wolf. Because as I say, I got the deluxe version, I just didn't know. I don't really know which DLC they're from. I just got them as and when they came out. Right. What have we completed? Increase the beetle education rating to 5%, it's 6%. Good. Release one jaguar to the wild, have at least 3,000 guests in the zoo. Yeah, I guessed they would be... They want a dog ball, the anteaters. Good on them. Let's give them a dog ball. Plant screen. Yep, we can oblige. Yeah, I'm kind of looking forward, because one of the DLCs I think has got lots of pinatas and things like that in, and it'd be really good to add them into the South American area that I've built already. Scratching trees. It's a shame I can't put them so close together, but alright, we'll put this scratching tree here. Slow feeder. Bring it over here. I was just trying to look for somewhere where it wasn't too overcrowded. Foraging box. Yeah, I don't want to put it near that, actually, near the... Yeah, let's go there. And then I can start adding bumps and dips and things to the terrain. As I say, now we've got the animals in here. Right, let's just see how enrichment's gone. Oh, they don't like what they like. More short grass. There's too much soil. Not enough sand. Okay. Well, if I can select sand, let's just do a bit of where I've put that down, it's caused this round here. That's annoying. Oh, you can't put it right up against there. We can put it there though. Nice. Right, let's go. Terrain. Flattened foundation. No, okay. You're not working like that. I'm trying to... Thank you. Actually, let's put some more short grass in here. Why is that? Wherever I place that blooming thing, it's sticking through. Let's... Can I cover it up? That's the big question. Yeah, there we go. It's mostly covered. Because it's dual habitat, it's going to be quite awkward to get this coverage correct. Right, sand, let's add some add a sort of sandy entrance where they come in and out. Go back to short grass. Oh, I need to make that a bit bigger. Good, soil's down. For this one, I'm sort of doing a four corners kind of zoo. I suppose is the best way to describe it. So this is South America section here. I'm going to have Australia over here and Oceanic sort of around here. I'm going to have a mountainous area over here and another area over here. So sort of four areas essentially. And that was the idea with this one. But yeah, I don't usually plan them out, but this one I did. I decided, yeah, I'd plan it out. Okay, I think we've got everything covered there. Let's have a look at the... Is everything okay for you? Yes, it is. Nice. Right, let's... Plants 100% coverage, 0%. Are you happy with that? Do you want plants? Let's check the wolves. The wolves seem to be... That's it, appropriate plants, is it? That can't be. I was going to say, that probably looks a bit better. Let me have a look. Just check that is correct. Yep, that is correct. Alright. They're not... They don't want much coverage. The anteater's fine with any coverage. And the sandbox I can see with every animal. Yeah, so divide it up into sections might be an easier way for you to do it. Let me have a look. That's a... Is that a small Brazil nut? Yeah, that's kind of nice. That's kind of large. Brazil nuts are large anyway. Is that's larger? Yeah, that's a smaller one. Alright, nice. See, instantly on placing that, it went up. Way up. Let me... See, that's just a huge... Yeah, let's not go that big with it. This is always a bit bizarre, this tree. There we go, that's probably what we want. Centre Trade Centre, no, I want to bring you... I do not want to send any animals to the Trade Centre, thank you. Do we, Scruffy? We don't want to do that, mate. Sorry, a cat came running over next to me. Or one of the cats, should I say. There's people gathered outside this habitat already. I haven't even put up the education boards. Calm down, you lot. Do I have anything on the workshop? I don't think I do on Zoo. I do on Planet Coaster and Planet Coaster 2. And my username is Dragonborn MCQ on Planet Coaster and Planet Coaster 2, if you have those. But yeah, I don't think I've got anything for Zoo. Even though I probably have more knowledge of zoos than I do and coasters. I've been to more zoos in my life than I have been on coasters in my life. Okay, that's too... the grass is too long to see that. It'd be pointless to put it in there. Alright, let's go for this. Alright, let's make that a bit more interesting now we've... we've got Exceed Large. I'm probably going to hit maximum coverage soon for what my what these animals like. Nope, that's no good. That's floating. I can see that floating. Let's bring that back in. Right, so what trees have I got? Tamarind trees. Water hyacinth large. No, I wouldn't get any up there. We'll put some here. You'd get a little bit. Wimber tree. It's a nice tree because it's a large tree. Let's put that next to the fallen tree. Of course, we don't want it poking through our... Oh, it's still within happy confines of coverage, but it's getting to the point where we might upset our we might push it over the balance, which is a shame because I kind of like a good green kind of environment. I'm building these for the animals, not for the guests looking in and going, they complain about the views half the time in my habitats, but stuff they'll get over it, I'm sure. So yeah, like real zoos, we want to kind of break up the... Hopefully there's nothing sticking through. No, nothing sticking through. Break up the man-made structure so it doesn't look so much like a man-made structure. Reduce stress of the animals. Why is it going 98%? It's still at 30% coverage, but now it's just every time I place a plant, it's going, that percentage is going down. Oh well. Where's the other yellow ipe trees? Let's... I kind of like that tree being there, so I might delete something else where... If I delete you, will they be alright? No, she's still... It's still not within the bounds of... That kind of needs something there. I've got... the adverts of comparethemeerkat.com have kind of ruined meerkats for me. So I tend not to put meerkats in my zoos anymore. Sorry if that wasn't the answer you wanted, but let's see now. Are you happy now? No. No, they're not. Still not happy with it. I'm kind of annoyed, but it's just a suggestion. I don't mind. I mean, if I do an Africa section, yeah, meerkats will come into it probably. There we go. We're happy now. Good. Excellent. Right, let's put up the education boards, the speakers, everything else. We need all that to finish off the habitat. Education boards. I'm thinking to put them up here because but guests won't be able to read them up there, I don't think, although it kind of makes sense to put them up there. Now, do you know what, I'll see if that'll work. Leave 2 spaces, build another one. Thank you. Yeah, we're getting there with the habitat, I would say. It's going to need... The backstage area needs doing and everything else, but we'll get there with it. Hello, Scruffy. What do you want? Scruffy is the one cat that takes an interest in games, and he will come and sit in front of the TV, so I may have to remove him in a minute. No, he's not interested. Skyrim's the worst with the pointer. He takes a great interest in that. What's our electricity coverage like? Good, we've got full electricity coverage. There's a black zone here. Oh, that's the habitat environment. That's all right there. Yeah, good. We can... So, giant anteater. Maned wolf. Let's go content pack. No, not content pack. Theme, that's it. It's so confusing because theme is content pack really in my mind. It's not much difference. Yeah, that's it. Zoopedia. Frame. If we can get it to line up. Bring it back a little bit. was particularly loud. No, it's still going in. What I need to do... Alright. Add that. Add that. Add that. Let's whack it all together. And now I can work off the grid of the building. For some reason, like, I'll place this one on the other corner. And then it changes axis. It does something strange for some reason until you select another one. I don't know why it does that, but the game does. Oh, that's... Oh, I thought that was floating off. And of course, we're going to need education boards. Facing, because it's a 360 habitat, we'll need sort of full coverage either way. Right, how many got? 1, 2, 3. Yep. Bring this out a little bit more. You know, it's good. You know what's going to be easier to do? Select that, slide it across, and then change that to giant anteater. Is that change that to giant anteater, change that to maned wolf, and whack this one on there, and then we'll get the maned wolf over in the other corner, and then I've just got one more side to do. And I'll probably end the stream there, to be honest with you, everyone, I'm afraid. See, look, yeah, see what I mean about it changes the axis for some reason. Like that wasn't correct building access. Oh, I know. Right, now try it. That should go. Right, there we go. It was going at a slight angle before, which is really frustrating. I've got a backstage area to do, and then I want to add sort of some more plants and foliage around the outside. Oh, wait. And we want me to be giant anteater. Yeah, one nice 360 enclosure. Decorating my zoo and not just the enclosure. I actually enjoyed doing the outside bits as well. But yeah, there are some buildings in my zoo that aren't decorated, like you can see a staff room over here, but it's only because I'm probably going to make it similar to this staff room, so I know it's going to be that temple look, and then I'm going to work on that. But yeah, it's nice. Oh, shut up. This is having a negative effect on. Yeah, I've called the keeper. Keeper's urgently assigned, don't worry. It's all good. Let me enjoy my new habitat. So the anteaters are swimming. Nice. And what are my wolves doing? Oh, one's just sat underneath the tree. Highlander. Are you swimming? Oh, he is, he's swimming. Bruno Mars. They've got ever so long legs, haven't they? Oh, we've done something. What have we done? 3,303. Reduce crime. Keep crime below 2 incidents for 3 months. Release 1 jaguar to the wild. Well, we will do that. That's not a problem. So around here, I'm probably going to add some railings with... yeah, quiet everyone. Yeah, add some railings and then just add some more greenery around it. So it's sort of enclosed in. Oh, we don't need that anymore. Thank you, you've served your purpose. Confirm, delete. I would have gone bankrupt with that, that's $67. Yeah, so can you see... one way to test. You can't really see anything, but it'd be nice if they do walk through there. If you stood here. Is there any keepers in this area? That's the thing. I might need to hire some more staff. I don't even have an educator. Yeah, I haven't got one of them in the entire zoo. Just get some more staff in here now we've expanded. I'm not going to give these ones any sort of work zone. I'm just going to let them free fall. Ah, llama. Oh, it was... What was the disease we had? It was Q fever, wasn't it? It was the Q one. So let's get someone Q fever. Yeah, that was it. We'll get someone researching that. Yeah, that's a cleverly placed ATM station, because up here is the restaurant, which cost an arm and a leg. Oh, what? How are we? It's not too bad. Be interested to see what the general consensus is for the guests on this habitat at the moment. Let's see what they think. Mechanic every year, keeper every month. Yeah, that's good. That's what I like to see. A happy, healthy giant anteater. I suppose the view of the main wolf from here is fine. You can get a good view of the giant anteater from here. Well, you know, don't be so greedy. The main wolves came right up to the. They came right up to the fence. Look, he's right here. Alpaca is about to have offspring. Oh, we've done another challenge. The crime one. And I think we have some jaguar cubs, possibly. Do we? Let's have a look. He's in there. Yep. We do have cubs. When you make a kangaroo habitat, I'm pretty sure you can walk in one. Yeah. Yeah, although greys are a bit well, it's red kangaroos, I think, isn't it, in this? I don't think greys are in this, because greys are all over Australia. And it's the reds that are in danger, more so. Let me have a look. And I know you can have wallabies as well, because I've got the... Yeah, it's red. It's just red kangaroos, which are the ones in trouble. The ones that... Oh no, least concern. Oh, are they back on the rise then? They must be back on the rise, because I knew the reds weren't... There wasn't as many reds as there was greys. Or perhaps it's just a... Yeah. Oh, you can have them with koalas and red-necked wallabies. We've got to have koalas. When I went to Australia, that's the one animal I didn't see was a koala. You see them on golf courses. I know you see reds. I know you see greys on golf courses. Greys just get everywhere. I mean, I remember going to. I stayed in Coffs Harbour for a bit, and I went to see. I went to a like a rescue centre for sea creatures, for sea animals. They had a leopard seal, which seeing a leopard seal is just blew my mind. And it was just a grey. I went to the gents. I came out and there was a grey sat under a tree, and I almost tripped over the bloody thing. I'm glad I didn't, because it probably would have done me some damage. But you know, I almost tripped over the older. But yeah, I never saw a koala. I saw a dingo though. We were driving from Townsville all the way down and I was getting dropped off at Coffs Harbour because of someone I met. She used to work in the gold mines in the outback. And she was driving down to Sydney to catch her transport when the season was starting up, and I was travelling down to Coffs Harbour. So we went down to Brisbane, stayed there, or near Brisbane, stayed over in this like inn hotel, and it was the one place in Australia where I saw Foster's on tap, because I know that Australians don't drink Fosters. And I went all the way, and then we went all the way. But on that journey, we saw a dingo. And she was like, I've lived here for like, she said, for many, many years, because she was much older than me at the time. She was I think she must have been in her 40s. And she said to me, I've never seen that. You know, I've never seen a dingo in the wild. And we saw one. Pretty cool. It just went across the road in front of the car. Quite some distance from us, of course, but yeah. Anyway. Yeah, and one of the ones I wanted to see was a duck-billed platypus, but I didn't see the duck-billed. Somebody I spoke to someone else, who, the mother of the girl I was friends with over there, she turned around and said to me, she'd never seen a duck-billed platypus, even though she could tell me where they live, but you probably would never see one, because they're that solitary, secretive creatures, which is a shame, because I'd love to see a duck-billed. So yeah, all that's probably going to go in the Australia zone. That's going to be, because you've got this like bridge, and then I'll have, but yeah, kangaroo and koalas. I definitely want koalas to be an interactive experience for guests, because that's what that'll draw a lot of attention. So we'll have reds and koalas in one area, and I'll be doing other creatures. Yeah, duck-bills are in this actually, so we can quickly jump into the Zoopedia. They are endangered. They're very, I think you're right. Let's go. Duck-billed platypus. Oh, dingoes are in here as well. Vulnerable. Ah, excellent. We'll have to have dingoes then, since we've been talking about them. I'm guessing they can't be a walking creature. 2 to 12, up to 12 males, up to 12 females. So they have a mixed, like a pack almost. Yeah, because the one I saw was just on his own, which was, or her own. Okay, right, let's, anyway. Oh, dingo. Oh, where's duck-billed platypus? Oh, no. I bet it's got some other name before it. Or is it just under platypus? No, do you know what? There's an easy way to... What, dingoes eat farmers' livestock? Yeah. That wouldn't surprise me. That might be why the one was on its own, because it probably had access. Yeah, I'll have to do a North America kind of, and I'd like to do probably a train ride through that. Our Tasmanian Devils might have to have them in there as well. For, I know they're not Australia mainland, but I might do Australia, not Oceanic. Yeah, I know the kangaroos tear all the fences up. I know about them doing that. Right, where's me? I know duck-billed platypuses are in this because I had one in one of my zoos. Oh, there we go. That's just under platypus. Near threatened. Oh, they're on the up then. 30,000 to 300,000. So that's just estimations, probably because you don't see them. Yeah, see all up the east coast and down, almost down to Adelaide, aren't they? So, and yeah, Tasmania. Yeah, I think if we what does it say? Guests can enter habitat. Can they live with anything else? No. No benefits from sharing. So, but you could have them, like, but would I want them? Will mature offspring become outsiders? Males fight over territory. So 1 male and 2 females. Yeah, that makes sense. Sorry, yawning then. Yeah, so they you can have people enter their habitat. Oh, what the? that might be interesting to do, a like little forested, like watery area for you people to walk through. But I don't think the Poison Fang on their flippers. Yeah, well, they can't actually. Guests can't interact with them. Guests can just walk through. It says it doesn't say they can interact. It just says they can walk through. Guests can enter habitat. So I don't think they are that dangerous to people. Let me have a look. I'll probably tell you. Yeah, it's just telling you about reproduction and stuff, which is not very. From fragmentation, has previously been hunted for their fur. Yeah, practice was outlawed in the early 20th century. Population number of the platypus is difficult to track and compare, though it's assumed overall numbers have declined compared to a period before European colonisation of Australian continent. Yeah, because the first duck-billed platypus brought back to England was thought to be a hoax. They didn't think it was a real creature. They thought it was several creatures stuck together. Until you realise that its bill isn't like a duck's bill and things like that. It's a lot sort of different. And I mean, even if you see one like a taxidermy one, you can tell that the beak is different to a duck's beak just from observation. I suppose I'm someone that's interested in animals, so I could probably tell that by looking at it. But I suppose to the average person, perhaps not. But yeah. But yeah, I thought it was quite interesting that they thought it was a hoax. I always found that fascinating. Anyway, I am gonna call it a night there because it's 1:05, and I'll probably be up in a few hours. But yeah, thanks for joining, and it's been lovely chatting with you. And as I say, I'll try and put out a video talking about design language and stuff. Perhaps when I do one of the smaller habitats for the Australian section. Because I've pretty much got all the South American animals in here now. I don't think there's much more. I think there's one, the monkeys, in there. But yeah, we'll do I have been talking about doing that video. It seems like people would be interested in seeing a design language conversation. You got to see in real time though me building a habitat, which probably gives you some insight into what I'm kind of thinking of doing. Like I've got this focal point here, and the guests have got 360, so I'm planning all that in my head, and it's like, and also by keeping it rectangular mostly, you're making it easier for yourself. You know, work smart, not hard. You know, as can't remember his name now. There's another guy who does. Yeah, I like people playing it. Gives me ideas. Yeah, I watch other people to get ideas and stuff and things. I mean, as I say, that's where I got the idea for this pond floating, glass floating, almost kind of style restaurant. I can't remember the guy's name. I think he's the one that did this restaurant, and I can't remember his name. He's even in the Planet Coaster. He's in the anniversary Planet Coaster video or something when they announced Planet Coaster 2. Oh, I've forgotten his name. He's a northern English bloke, and I can't remember his name. I'm gonna have to look it up now. It's driving me up the wall. These things annoy me. Let's see, Planet Zoo tips. Let me have a look. Adam Up, I think is him, yeah. Yeah, his content, I really enjoy his content. He talks about design language and that.
And I think he's the one that did the floating restaurant idea. I was trying to think of it earlier. So yeah, definitely worthy of mentioning him, because and I saw his and I was like, yeah, I'd like to try something similar, but I didn't refer back to his design. I just took the idea that it was floating on, you know, it was on glass, and as you walked through you could see all this water underneath in this pond, and it's kind of a nice idea. And then I had the idea of sticking the otter statues in there, so as you're walking about you've got focal points and things, and then patio heaters. But yeah, it's, a lot of these tables up here are too far away, so guests can never sit in these tables up here. You know, so it's just nice to make the restaurant look bigger than perhaps it could be. I'm thinking about moving these out to the edge. I don't know. Let's do that. Let's actually, while I think of it. Thank you. Yeah, it took me most of the morning and nearly well into the afternoon. I mean, the biggest thing, I don't think people give themselves enough time when designing stuff. But yeah, watch other creators. Yeah, Adam Up and Lady Designer are the two that I really enjoy their content. And as I say, Lady Designer had done a barn with some horses, and I was like, oh, I like the idea of doing a barn, and then I did my own completely different barn to the way hers looked. But I took the concept of a barn. There's actually something I want to add to the top of this barn while I think of it. So as I say, I'm not unique in any way to any other content creators, but that's what everyone does. Or you look on, because the interior I looked at some images on Google and I was like, I like that concept, and then I took that design language and put it in here. So everyone looks at other things in real life examples and things. Some of it is completely off the top of my head though. You know, like a lot of but you'll get a flavour for an area. Like once you do one building and then you can do another, because you've got that design language and it flows. Right, let's, what was I looking for? I just thought of something I want to add on to the top here. So there we go. We've got the weather vane. Now I don't know which way is north, south, east, west. Actually, the sun sets in the west, and I happen to know where the sun sets in this game. It is in that, let me have a look. Yeah, I think it's in that direction over there. Oh, I think so. I think that's about right, but when the sun sets I'll probably make that accurate, or when the sun rises, but I'm going to get a sunset before I get a sunrise. So how is this habitat doing for population? Are we overcrowding, or are we all right at the moment? 8 alpacas, 7 llamas. I think we're okay for... Yeah, we're okay. Their range is well and truly okay. Yeah, I shouldn't have worried really. With 8,000 square meters, well, they'll be okay for a little while. Yeah. Right. Thanks for watching, everyone, and thanks for all the birthday wishes and everything else. And I will return soon with some more streaming. As I say, I'll try and get that video out as soon as I can, talking about design language and how to go about. You know, so I haven't had any clear plan. I've just sort of said there's going to be 4 areas for this part, for this zoo, with a main spine, which is this bit, the main bit running up the middle. But eventually it'll grow into an interesting looking little zoo and be fun to walk around. Anyway, as I say, thank you for watching. I'll see you all next time. Bye bye.